what's up team? Welcome back. In today's video we are going to have a look at some excellent exercises to work on our deceleration, which is really important, particularly if we are an athlete or we play a lot of sports. We need to be able to absorb force. For example, when we're sprinting and we need to stop and change direction, or if we're hitting a shot, we need to come in fast and we need to learn to decelerate as we come into it. Okay, so with these exercises, they are quite demanding, they're not easy. So take your time with them, start with light weights on this. We don't want to start super heavy. The first one we're going to have a look at is called split drops. Essentially it's similar to, just if I'm here and I'm splitting the feet in opposite directions, okay, kind of into like a lunge position. All right, I'm trying to keep nice and upright and brace through my torso. So if I'm going to do that with the kettlebells, we're going to start off just with a kettlebell in each hand, fairly light. Okay, first off, we are going to come from just a tall position. So in here, core tight, split the feet, get nice and stable. Weight is through the middle, step one in, step the other in. Okay, then again, we'll go again, but other leg. Core tight, breathe in. Okay, and the objective here is to be as quick as we can, snapping them feet apart and absorbing as the weight drops down. Breathe in. Front foot in, back foot in, stand up tall. So we'll just have a look at that from a side angle. Core tight, up tall. Front foot and then back foot. One more time. Split the feet, nice and stable. 1, 2, coming in. Okay, so that is, start off with lighter weights. Try and really work on that splitting the feet nice and quick. You can also work that from a tall position, so you can come up to tiptoes and then work into that split. If you've got a partner with you or a coach, they can clap and make it a bit more reactive. They might clap and then you're trying to split on that clap and drop down. Okay, another variation, if you only have one kettlebell and not two, you can work similar movement pattern, but just with the one kettlebell. So this one, I'm going to start with it in my left hand, okay, and I'm going to land, I'm going to kind of throw it forwards and catch it, nice and stable, with the other leg forward. So if I'm here, drive it down, stable, drive back. Here, drive down, catch, pop back in again. I'll show you that side on. So you're not launching it, it's just kind of a little let go, drive it forwards, stable, push back. Okay, as you can hear a bit of noise there, I'm being aggressive as I stabilize it. What we don't want to do is catch it and then fall deeper. So as I catch it, I'm nice and strong. I'm not then dropping down into like falling into a lunge afterwards, okay? That is the next progression, or if you've only got one, you can work on that, okay? They are just called split drops, fairly simple, straightforwards. The next one we're gonna have a look at is a little bit more demanding because we are on a single leg the whole time rather than balancing on two. So I'm gonna first show you this with a single kettlebell and then we'll have a look at a double. All I want is I'm gonna start in a march position. So knee up, toe up, nice and strong on my standing leg, okay? From here, I'm just gonna drop this down. So I'm gonna let the kettlebell drop, and then I'm gonna catch it just before as I'm dropping down into position. So from here, core's tight, catch, nice and stable, come back up. Set, drop the kettlebell, catch it, and drive. We'll do one more, then we'll go other position. Here, core tight. Okay, so obviously the heavier the kettlebell there, the more demanding it's going to be. Try and make sure you stick it in a nice good position. We'll have a look at that on the other leg. Core tight, up tall, drop, and catch. Tall, get a good start. Okay, try and shoot that back leg nice and long. So I'm getting my glute nice and active in that position as well. Okay, so quite demanding there. It's going to challenge your balance and stability a lot, and also work on that being able to catch in a good position. If we want to make that a bit harder, we can have two weights. Going to have a little bit more weight to catch now, a little bit more to think about. So if we're here, up tall, drop 2, catch 2, drive back up, core tight. Okay, when you're coming down, really think about squeezing them shoulders back tight so we're not catching in a kind of hunched over position. One more. Okay, so you can see you're going to get a lot of loading. So if I'm catching on that left side, my left glute, my whole left side of the body is working really hard. We also want to try and avoid any twisting and rotating as we're catching it in our position. The next exercise we have a look at is a lateral Cossack drop. Okay, so for this one, we're only going to use 1 kettlebell. And I'm going to start here. Essentially, the movement we're looking at, if I've got the kettlebell in here, I'm going to kind of drive the kettlebell out and drop it as I step. And then I'm going to drop it with my left arm, I'm going to catch with my right, okay? So as I drop this arm out, as I step, boom, I want to try and catch it, chest up, drive back in, switch the hand. I'll drop it out, okay? So if we're here, as I step out, drive back in. Drive back in. Okay, so I'm trying to get nice and quick as I drop it, nice and strong, and then drive back out the hole. If you want to just work deceleration, you can pause here, nice and easy on in. If you want to work on that deceleration and driving back out, back in nice and quickly, okay? So, show you just that one quickly, side on. So if it's in my left arm, I'm going to open out, right hand, sorry, inside arm catches, nice and low, drive back in, one more time. And drive, okay? So looking at that kind of cutting, change of direction mechanics on that one. Next one's fairly similar. Okay, this time I am just working between side to side. So I'm just catch, drive back. Okay, so for this one, try and keep the chest up, try not to round too much. Feet stay in the same position throughout. Kettlebell's going to be dropping fairly central, might be a little bit displacement. But I am just trying to get that quick push off side to side. So I'll just do 5 to 10 reps nice and quick. Okay, so lots and lots of work kind of into the groin section. Lots of challenge going on in there, which is going to make that fairly difficult. Okay, the last movement we're going to have a look at is just for upper body. Okay. So decelerating pattern for there is we're just going to be looking at a row and then catching at the bottom of the row, keeping our lats tight. So what that'll look like, first we'll do with a single arm. Okay, I'm just going to come into like a split stance. Here, catch. Strong position, catch. Okay, so the goal there is just to not let that touch and hit the floor. Show that side on. So I've got it in my right side. Here, pull it in, drop, catch. Try not to let it rotate. Boom. Okay, so key things on there, we're not super upright, so I'm not like here. I want to lunge, but get a nice lean. Start with it tight in the pocket, drop, and then try and get them lats nice and tight so I'm not letting it turn and overly rotate. Okay guys, so I'm a little bit out of breath. That is 4 exercises you can put into your workouts that are going to help to improve your kind of deceleration and ability to absorb force. So I would suggest putting those in at the start of a workout because they're going to help to kind of activate the nervous system and work on trunk and balance and stability before you then go on to say your strength or your power production part of the workout. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Take it easy.